We believe that life is better connected, and our aim is to help our young people find genuine friends and a supportive community. We also think that the best way to navigate this COVID season is by engaging together in smaller groups. We would love to help get them connected in this way by joining one of our Hangout groups. For any questions or further information, just email youth@forgechurch.com or check out the Forge website.
Hello and welcome to Motion Live. My name is Tim and I'm going to be with you for the next 35 minutes or so, leading you through a wonderful program that we have got planned for you guys tonight before you guys go into your Hangout groups, which I'll tell you a little bit more about later on. Later on tonight, we're continuing our series that we've called Rebellious, where we're challenging you and asking you to be a bit more like Jesus and be a bit more rebellious. And last week, we learned that we need to be rebellious enough to do what we don't have to do. And we talked about serving other people. We talked about doing things for other people because we don't have to do that. And that's the kind of thing that Jesus did. And that's what this whole series is all about. In a little while also, we're going to be doing a quiz. So get your phones ready, your tablets ready, whatever you're watching this on, get ready to type, not your answers in the quiz, but tell us how many you got right out of 5. So there's 5 questions within the quiz. So get ready for that. If you're watching this with multiple people, then get everybody to write it on and get everybody to do the quiz and take part. Cool. What else have we got? Today, guys, you surely would have known that it's Father's Day. I'm sure most of you made your dad's breakfast in bed. Maybe you've just made them some extra coffees, or maybe you've just shown them some love and appreciation on this special day called Father's Day. I did. I got nice little presents. I got a golf hat, I got some golf socks, and I got a bottle of gin. But, you know, that's the kind of thing that dads get. So I'm very, very blessed that I got that. So we decided we wanted to say a bit of a thank you to some of your dads and show you guys how much your dads are important. And so I've just I've stolen lots of pictures from their social media. So let's check out this lovely video dedicated to dads. Isn't that nice? Happy Father's Day to any of you guys that are watching as dads. Happy Father's Day to you. I'm just going to pray and say, thank you to God for our dads. Let me just pray. Lord, I want to thank you for the dads of our young people. I want to thank you for all of those people that take on a role of a dad when maybe some of those dads aren't around. Thank you for the influence they have on us. Thank you for all the things that they do for us. Thank you for people like stepdads, granddads, uncles who love us and care about us in the same way. You know, I know at first hand that sometimes as dads, we mess up. We don't get it always how we should. And please help us in those times. Help us to be more like the dads that you want us to be like. Lord, I just want to thank you for our families. And thank you for what family means to us. And I pray that you'll help us as dads to lead our families in the best way possible and in a way that honours you. I pray these things in your name. Amen. Amen. Cool, guys. It'd be great if you do some shout-outs for your dads in the chat, and maybe just do some shout-outs. Tell us that you're watching. Give us a big hello, and we'll do some shout-outs later on. We're going to go on and do our quiz right now. Now, I know you know me, guys. I know that you know that I am sports mad. I love every sport. So this time of year is just epic for me. You know, at the moment, we've got the Euros going on. We've got cricket that's going on. Rugby's just finishing. We've got, Olympics is just round the corner. We've got Wimbledon that's just round the corner. I think it starts next Monday as well. I love it. I love just watching it on telly when I can. My family definitely don't like it. You know, they don't like the fact that I'm hogging the remote control at the moment. But anyway, that's just how it is. So we're going to do a quiz. Don't worry, this quiz isn't a sports-related quiz. I know Sam Fenning is probably one of those people that's like, but basically what I've done, I've got 5 pictures, celebrity pictures, and I've hidden their faces with sports balls. So we've got a tennis ball and we've got a football that's hiding these celebrities. All you need to do is identify who they are. So we're going to play the video now and let's see how you get on. Don't write your answers in the chat. Just tell me how many you got right at the end when we do the question. Cool, let's listen. Right, so this is the first one. It's quite a tricky one, I'd say. Got a bit of a beard, a bit of spiky hair. Do you know it? You write your answers down for yourself. Second one, it's a bit easier, I'd say. This one, I reckon you'll be able to get pretty easily. I think so. I think it's nice and easy. Okay, the third one. This is quite a topical one for the last maybe 3-4 weeks. You know, that's maybe you've seen this photo or a photo like this of late. Fourth one, again, quite a tricky one. Yeah, but I think you'll get it. You guys will get it. You'll smash it. I know you will. And I think this is the last one. It is just a couple of people, obviously. So just 1 point, but, see how you get on with this one. Okay, so how did you get on? Let's go through the answers. Mark your own answers. Tell us how many you got right in the quiz. So let's go for it. Here are the answers. The first one was... Who is it? It's Chris Evans. For those dads that are watching, it's not the Chris Evans that's the DJ. It's another one. This one's nice and easy one. Surely you got this one. This is Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. You could have said Meghan Markle, of course. I don't really know what her name is. But anyway, this one, I think you'll get this one as well. You can get 2 people for this one. Matt LeBlanc, or if you put Joey from Friends, I will let you have Joey from Friends. This one, my boys have got this one. Pretty easy. It's Spider-Man Tom Holland. That's what I know him from, but you guys might know him from other things. But that's what my boys know him from. This one was a pair. I'm ashamed that I would have got this one right. It's Tommy Fury and Molly May from that Love Island thing. So well done to all you guys. Write in the chat how many you got right. I'm going to do some shout outs in a minute, but write in there in the chat. Let's see who got 5 out of 5. I bet there's some of you that got 5 out of 5. Right, I'm going to do some shout outs in the chat. Let's see who's watching. From the start, we've got Summer was always going to be the first person on. So hello, Summer. Although Xanthi wasn't far behind. Now, Xanthi, I know, has an alarm on her phone which tells her when motion's about to start. So Xanthi obviously got in there before her alarm this week, I reckon. Amy, nice to see you, Amy. Izzy was watching. Jemima, but I'm sure that's Jemima and all the West McCott clan. We love you. Who else have we got? We've got Zoe's watching. Russell saying a big hello. Summer's put on there. Happy Father's Day to her dad. Sorry you had to get up at 5:30. He's just been telling me about that story, Summer. I feel sorry for him. He's not been spoilt on Father's Day. I suggested to him, for those who don't know, Paul is sitting there right next to me. I've suggested that maybe next Sunday you should make that bit of a Father's Day for him as well. Give him a lie-in, make him make breakfast in bed, anything like that. Right, what are we getting on with the quiz? Xanthi, 2. Xanthi. Zoe only got 2. Izzy smashed it. She got 5. Megan got 3. Russell, 1. Come on, Russell. Amy got 5 out of 5. Tim Sparks, 2 as well. Tegan got 3. Well done, Tegan. Jemima, 3. Mia, 4 out of 5. Noah got 4. Summer got 3. Who else have we got? Well done. Yeah, I reckon Lisa got 5. Tim Sparks. Officially, Lisa is the winner in my eyes. Well done, Lisa. Grab yourself a house point and an extra bit of chocolate cake, if you have any chocolate cake. But anyway, well done to all of you guys. Okay, cool. We're now going to head into our final talk of this series called Rebellious. The world around us operates with certain kind of unspoken rules. Things like look out for number 1, look after yourself, only do what you have to do. But what if we don't play by those rules? What if we don't live by these rules? In this series, we're discovering how Jesus set us free to kind of rebel against these rules, and to live in a way that reflects him and his kingdom. And that's what we're looking for out this series. Let's check this video out.
When I was a kid, I dreamt of growing up to be a professional footballer. I know it's such a cliche thing. I'm sure others here have had the same dream too. But when you dream those dreams, you don't just dream that you'll play for a small town team like Stowmarket Town or Ipswich Town. You dream of playing for your country. You dream of lifting the World Cup or winning the Champions League with your club team. You might as well dream big. It's easy to dream big as kids, but if you're anything like me, as you've gotten older, it's become more difficult to believe your dreams will actually make a difference in the world. For a long time, I believed that if something didn't seem achievable, it was safer to just dream about it, but never actually try to make it happen. I would fear investing time and resources into something that might eventually fail, and failing never feels so good. So the safe route was just to dream small dreams. Our fear of failure is what makes our dreams stay dreams. Another thing that may hold some of us back is a feeling of insignificance. When we were little, we felt like anything was possible and the whole world was at our fingertips. Now it seems like everyone is just one viral video away from having millions of followers and being famous. How will you ever stand out or compete with that? No matter what you're thinking about or dreaming about, it just seems like we all live in an unspoken rule that goes like this. The older you are, the less you should dream. Last week we started this series called Rebellious, and we talked about how Jesus didn't always do what people expected of him. He shook up what was normal in his culture. He questioned rules that hurt people or kept them as outsiders. He turned things upside down by doing what he didn't have to do by serving others. What Jesus demonstrated for his followers and for us is that it's okay to rebel or to push back against the ideas that were never from God anyway. Of course, at the time, many people didn't understand that. They thought Jesus was trying to create political rebellion to overthrow the Roman government. But because some people believed what Jesus' plan was, they had him tortured and killed. But that wasn't the end of his story. 3 days later, he rose from the dead. As he was reunited with his followers, he gave them instructions of what to do next. It was recorded by Matthew, who knew Jesus personally and wrote down an account of what happened. Matthew records Jesus saying this, "And Jesus came and said to them, 'All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go, therefore, and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you, and behold, I am with you always to the end of the age. I bet the disciples were thinking, wow, baptizing all nations is a lot. It would have been a lot less overwhelming if Jesus would have said something like, go and tell your friends what I have done. Baptize a few people who are close to you. But he makes it clear. All nations, the entire world. Teach them all. Serve them all. Surely the disciples were thinking, how is that even possible? It's going to take me days just to walk up the street to the next village. That's dreaming a little bit too big. Can you just rethink that, Jesus? Jesus continues beyond the all nations part, teaching them to observe everything I've commanded you. Everything, not just some things. And according to Jesus, his greatest commandment was to love God and love others. The mission was clear. Find everyone, invite them in, teach them to love God and love others. Jesus was inviting his followers to join the revolution that would change the world. It wasn't political. It was bigger vision than they had ever dreamed that they'd be part of. It must have been terrifying. Think about it. Those were normal people from normal families in normal towns. Nobody was extraordinary, powerful or wealthy. And think about the rule that we talked about at the beginning. The older you get, the less you should dream. Like so many of us, these disciples may have felt like they should be more mature, more realistic than Jesus was asking them to be. Why would they have ever believed that they could do what Jesus was saying? Well, they had a pretty good reason. He was standing right in front of them. Jesus who had been dead but wasn't anymore. Something that was impossible, yet it happened in front of them. I imagine suddenly anything seemed possible for them. I don't know how each of the disciples felt, but I know for sure this, that they did go into the world. They did baptize and they did teach. And because of them, we're here. We're reading their words. We're following because they told his story. Changing the world seemed impossible, but they did it anyway. That's rebellious. And the same is possible for you. Be rebellious enough to do something you don't think you can do. Even if you don't feel like you have anything significant to offer, stand up to that idea. Challenge that thought. If you feel like what's in front of you is all that you can see, stand up to that idea. Rebel against it. Jesus is calling you to be part of something bigger. One more thought. If you've gone through or you're currently going through something that makes you think there is no way God could use you, maybe the most rebellious thing for you is to believe that God has something beyond this for you, that this tough thing isn't the end of your story. Whether that's dealing with sickness, growing up in a home that comes with challenges, or battling loneliness or insecurity, God is not giving up on you and you're part in the story. We often use our circumstances and struggles as excuses to keep us from becoming who God wants us to become. But just because you can't see it doesn't mean that God doesn't have a plan for you. I want to challenge you to be rebellious enough to do something you never thought that you could do, like Jesus has challenged his disciples. In order to do that, here are 3 things to pay attention to. The first thing, imagine it. God is always at work in the world, and he has invited you to be part of it by serving others in ways that you may never considered. The fastest way to prevent that is to be closed off to the possibility of something being greater than what you think it can be. So, open your heart. That's what the disciples did, and see what happened to them. Secondly, pray big prayers for somebody else. The important word there is big. Maybe you pray for others, but you often pray with skepticism that anything will actually happen, and that's normal. But we have to be willing to pray with a hope that matches God's ability. And finally, look for ways to help. Oftentimes God will answer prayers through his people. Look for ways to serve, to take action, to do something for the people around you or around the world. When our hearts are open, when we pray for others, and when we look for ways to help, God will also do something in us. That's just the way that he works. We see a great example of this with the disciples. Jesus told them, I want you to share with others all the awesome things that I have done. I want you to teach them. I want you to serve them. I know that seems big, but you can do this. What happened to the disciples after that? Well, every single one of them went from being normal people, looking out for themselves, to giving their lives for others. They all took a step out of the normal and into greatness. Not because of their own power or anything that they used to elevate themselves, but because they did what Jesus instructed them to do. They served others in a way that was bigger than anything that they could have dreamed up for themselves. They broke all the rules about who could serve, who could lead, and who could make a difference. They were rebellious in the best possible way. Can you imagine what it would look like if every single one of us made the choice every morning to be rebellious, to do something that we don't have to do, and then take a step further and do something to serve others that maybe we never thought we could? Does that seem impossible? Well, that's okay if it does. In fact, that's one of the reasons we want you to be in your hangout groups. When you talk with others about what God can do and what he has done already, it's easier to remember that he can do something amazing through you. This week, I want you to dream big. Imagine ways God might use you and your group to change the world around you. And whatever you do, encourage each other to be rebellious enough to believe that God can use you.
Fear is coming, still you're calling me. My faith is lost and my hope exhausted. You will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. I've decided I'm not giving up. You
another great challenge for us as individuals, but also as you in your hangout groups too. In a moment, we're going to send you off into your hangout groups. If you don't know what hangout groups are, basically it's just a way to kind of continue any conversation from on today, and we meet over on Zoom and that kind of stuff. So just get in touch with me, email me youth@forgechurch.com if you'd love to connect with one of those groups. But obviously, next week we are meeting in person. Whoop, whoop. We are so looking forward to meeting you in our new home in Stonham Baptist Church on the A140. We are so looking forward to meeting you in person next week. We're going to, maybe our program might look a little bit different after obviously announcements made last week. So our program might look a little bit different, but we'll still have a lot of fun outside with a little bit of stuff inside as well. So we're really looking forward to sharing that with you guys next week. If you want more information about that, just look on the Forge website, and we need you to go on the Forge website to sign up. Because of the announcement that made, we really need to know who's coming, how many people are coming, etc., so we can make the right arrangements. So we need your parents to go on the Forge website. On the front page of the Forge website, there is a link on there which I think it says in-person service. If you click on that, and then if you find Motion Live, just put on your details there, so then I know exactly who is coming next week. If you don't know how to do that, if you're having troubles doing that, just again email me, youth@forgechurch.com, and I'll be able to help you with that, or maybe even just get you signed up myself. So that'd be cool. So yeah, our program will look a bit different, but we're really super excited, and we've got a brand new series that we're going to start next week. So as we say goodbye, as I say see you next week, we're going to watch the video for our new series. See you soon.